Alright, I went live, so we ain't on Facebook just yet. But get your invites and stuff going, you know. Yeah. 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 We're on Facebook, just waiting for people to get in, then we'll start, everybody. I know I'm sweaty. I literally come from the gym. There we go. Ooh, we got intro music right now. You can hear him in a minute. I said they can't hear you. Alright. So we got 5 viewers. We might as well start. Can you hear Jonathan now? Then we'll start. No music either. Oh, great. Hold on. That helps out, at least. Oh, that makes sense. I don't have it. Alright, hold on. Sorry about that. Now you should be able to hear him. Wait, let's get the music going again.
You're as cold as ice.
Yeah.
You're willing to sacrifice our love.
You guys should be able to hear it now. We got 7 viewers.
Can they hear me?
They should be able to hear you now.
I can't understand you hardly now. Oh,
What about now?
perfect.
Alright. Yell, baby. Everybody can hear us now. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to the J&J Sports Show. This is your host, the nerd, and the co-host, Jonathan Patrick, baby. And he is the craziest Hornet fan I've ever met, and he's going to lay it down for us today for the Magoffin County versus Betsy Lane 2017 home game. What has been going on, Mr. Patrick?
Not much, man. Coming off a really, really good win versus Eastridge. We came out ready to play, and we didn't play around very much. And, we came out prepared, and we feel the same way about this week. We had a really good week of preparation, and now it's time to put everything that we've done this week to work. Friday night.
Oh yeah, Friday Night Lights. I can't wait. I wish I could come in and make it, but I doubt I'll be able to. There's a funeral going on in Magoffin County, and Amy's already there, and she's coming back tonight. Then I got to go to the Kentucky game Saturday, so I got that going, so I'm just not going to make it this night. Cody Hale. Thank you for following, Cody Hale. We're getting some followers. You can also follow us on Twitter, by the way. I'm at Real KY Nerd. And what's yours?
Jonathan1234.
So definitely follow us on Twitter if you're not following on Facebook, which you should. The only way you're going to be able to look at us if you're following one of us on Facebook right now. So there's that.
Exactly.
So, yeah, we beat. Who'd we beat last week?
Eastridge. We played Eastridge at Eastridge. Eastridge was a really, really good football team. We just come out. We had our heads on right, and we battled. I'll tell you something that me and the coaches was talking about is we have fought through adversity in that game. We got down 18-6.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would have said, "Well, they're going to lay down." Well, we didn't lay down. We come out and fought really hard.
Did they get above us last week?
Did what?
Did they get above us last week?
Yeah, they went up 18-6.
18-6?
Yep.
I thought
And that
that's
was,
when I was watching your highlights or whenever you was kind of keeping the game live feed. That's what I thought they went up, and I was like, well, we've lost that one, then we come back and won. So I was glad to
see,
hear.
that attitude, that has changed for us in football. Really, we don't lay down now, and we come out ready to play. And it's okay if we get smacked in the mouth. It's about how we respond once that happens.
Yeah. I mean, East Carter was a tough team, don't get me wrong, and it was the first game, too. So, come back, at the end of the season, we would be more prepared, but also they probably would, too. So, it's untelling how the game would really go.
I'm going to tell you the same thing I tell everybody else that brings that game up. It's in the past. We can't change that record. We can't change.
When we start catching some of them passes, that game's a whole lot different. Let me tell you that right now, from what I watched.
That was first game. What was it? First game of the season.
First game.
You got some new kids on the team that had never played football in their life. Experience played a role in that game. In all honesty, East Carter had a lot of experience on both sides of the ball that had played together for a long time.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, I think playing that type
Phone
of
ringing.
team. Yeah, that's playing that type of team early will help us in the long run. But and it showed against Eastridge. We playing that type of team really prepared us for Eastridge, and we come out and we played really, really good against Eastridge.
Oh yeah. All right, guys. So if you're on here, I want you to like and share this because it's the only way it's going to get out on the internet. And Magoffin County's always had a place in everybody's hearts. I know in sports. So this is one place to get it started is right here on the J&J Sports Show. Where else are you going to hear two people talking about Magoffin County sports on the internet? I don't know a place. Do you?
No, but we're going to change that. Like I said, we're changing the attitude on the football team, and it's showing now. And we're going to change the attitudes of the people around us as well. We're going to turn them into believers, and that's what our goal is, one day at a time.
Yeah. So you might be able to hear it on the radio, which is an awesome place too. But right here on your phone, nobody, the only time you listen to the radio really anymore or podcasts or anything is when you're driving or you can't view videos or you ain't looking at a screen. Everybody's looking at a screen 24/7 right now. So why not look at us on your screen and listen to us jabber on about Magoffin County sports? So, Jonathan, I want you to go into the last game stats, if you don't care.
All right. So I've written down some stats that's pretty important to me. You had Ryan Mullins had 100 yards rushing.
Nice.
You had Nick Codwell with 8 yards rushing. You had Brady Whitaker with 10. And then you had Ryan Mullins passing yards. He went 231 yards passing. He pass attempts was 20. He completed 14 of those passes, and he had 4 touchdowns. And then receiving yards, you had Nolan Arnett had 3 receptions for 50 yards. He caught 2 touchdown passes. You had Matthew Watkins with 5 receptions, 95 yards, no touchdowns. Brady Whitaker, 6 pass receptions, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns. And then also you have Ryan Mullins is 5th in the state in passing.
Oh, yeah.
And then you also have at wide receiver, you've got Matthew Watkins is ranked 11th in the state, and Brady Whitaker is ranked 13th in the state.
When's the last time you think we've had a quarterback put up that kind of numbers?
It's been a long time. It's been a while.
What's up, Cody James and Hornet football? Yes, sir, Mr. Chris Gamble. Let's go Hornets.
And I want to name something else real quick.
Go ahead.
Harold Whitaker Middle School got a very big win tonight at home versus Eastridge.
Oh, nice.
When I left to come home to prepare for the show, we were up 31 or 30-something to 8. So I don't know what the final on that is. So, Coach Gamble, if you could tell us what the final is in the comments, that'd be great. But, everybody wants to talk about our defense. We heard a lot about our defense in the last couple games. Well, here's some stats on the defensive end. You had Nolan Arnott, 3 solo tackles, 0 assists for 3
Nice.
tackles. You had Nick Codwell, 1 tackle, solo tackle, and 1 tackle total. And you had Trent Codwell. Trenton had a very, very big game against Eastridge. He had 5 solo tackles, 13 assist tackles, and 18 total tackles. And then you had Buddy Collins with 4 solo tackles, 8 assist tackles for 12 tackles. Daniels Fitch with 0 solo tackles, 3 assist tackles for 3 tackles. Avery Gibson with 1 assist tackle for 1 total tackle. Marcus Howard for 1 assist tackle, total 1 tackle. Grayson Lanning, 2 solo tackles, 8 assists for 10 tackles. Logan Lovely, 1 solo tackle, 2 assist tackles for 3 tackles total. Mason Lovely for 3 solo tackles, 3 assist tackles for 6 total tackles. Austin Montgomery with 1 solo tackle, 2 assist tackles for 3 tackles total. Ryan Mullins with 4 solo tackles, 11 assist tackles for 15 total tackles. Jaden Swart with 1 solo tackle, 4 assists with a total of 5 tackles. And then you had Brady Whitaker with 1 solo tackle for a total of 1 tackle. So we flew on the ball pretty quick, and we surrounded the ball pretty quick.
Cherokee Gibson wants to know, how did the water boy do? And I would like to just say everybody was well hydrated. So he gets a star in my book.
I don't even get that question, so I don't understand that question. So
Yeah.
I don't have a comment.
No comment there, Cherokee Gibson.
But this week we're going up to Betsy Lane. We're playing a pretty decent Betsy Lane team. They're going to come out and they're going to try to smack us in our mouth, and we've got to respond early and really hard and come out with back-to-back victories.
So we do have an old football coach, Scotty McCoy. He did coach for Magoffin County Hornets. He is now coaching for the Betsy Lane. In the last 14 years, we've played Betsy Lane 10 times, and we have beaten them 7, and they have beaten us 3 times. So 7 out of 3 of the last 10 years is not very good odds in their book.
No, and we're hoping to add to that this week. We're coming out focused, and we're not making this any different than we would any other game. We're coming out. To us, every game is the biggest game of the season because it's the next one up.
Yes, sir.
That's our mentality. We're not focused on last week. We're not focused on the next week. It's what's going on this week. It's how can we prepare to beat Betsy Lane, and it ain't anything other than Betsy Lane is the next team that we need to smack in the mouth.
Oh yeah, we've smacked them in the mouth plenty of times. My junior year, we smacked them in the mouth pretty bad. But my senior year is actually one of the 3 losses when we lost 12-32 and we lost at home. So boo-hoo me when I was a senior.
But we just got to come out and play. I mean that the focus is not on them. The focus is really on us. We've got to come and prepare for our game.
Yeah. What do they do well? Do you know? Have you watched any film of what they do well?
They're a team that, just knowing him, he'll try to throw the ball, I'm sure, and I'm sure he'll do both. I don't know which one they run more than the other, but I think that they'll be pretty balanced, just like we are. We'll do a little bit of both and try to mix it up, and I think it's what any good coach will do.
So I'd like to point out that the 7th and 8th grade team is 4-0, and also the 5th and 6th grade team in Magoffin County is 4-0. That's a pretty good start out to the season, 4-0.
As I've told everybody in previous videos, your program's getting built starts with the grade school up, and those coaches are doing a great job getting them up to the high school coaches, and we're building this thing one day at a time, and I fully expect 65 players 55 to 65 players next season for the high school football team. So
That'd be amazing. I don't think Magoffin County's ever had them numbers.
well, we've got great numbers even right now. We're averaging 45 to 49 players right now.
Yeah.
And
That's more than the 30, barely 30 we would put out on the field when I was there.
yeah, we're doing really well. And again, that just goes back to show you what our coaches are really doing. To me, that shows you that these kids are responding well to our coaches.
Oh, yeah.
That means something.
It starts
believe it or not.
It starts in the lower grades. You got to build them. You got to build them fundamental skills before you can work on the hard, complex stuff. So that's where it starts. So what does Betsy Lane do well? Have you watched any film?
Like I said, they're balanced. That's about all I know. They'll pass it, and I'm sure he'll run it some. And,
so what's their bread and butter? Like we have bread and butter. Our quarterback can throw it and he can run with it.
I'm pretty sure they run a spread. So I'm
Okay.
pretty sure that they'll try to pass the ball
pass
as
a
much
lot?
as possible. But
You think we're going to come up and run it down the middle, or we're going to pass it a lot?
again, we try. You can't really focus on one thing. We try to be really balanced, and we'll come out and pass it, and then we can run it as well. I think we've got the athletes to do both. We have the athletes to do whatever we want. I mean, that's the way I really feel.
Yeah, yes, I do need Bentley to play. He needs to play football. Your mom asked or said I need Bentley to play.
Absolutely, Bentley needs to come down here and start early.
Yeah. I don't think we're going to be moving back to Magoffin County anytime soon unless the job market opens up.
I understand.
But once there's some jobs open up, I'll head back home. But till then, I'm going to be sitting right here in old Winchester, Kentucky.
Yep.
So in 2015, Magoffin County blew out Betsy Lane 42-0, and they've already
We won the game.
Yes, we won the game. We blew them out 42-0, and that was in 2015. And they have already been blown out this year by like Floyd Central or something.
Floyd Central, I tell people all the time, we can't really focus on those things because Floyd Central, this is their first year, but they're not a bad football team at all. This is the first year they've had a school. It's Allen Central and South Floyd combined now, and they're a really talented football team. So, just like I tell people, throw the records out. I could care less what they done last week. It's we got to come out prepared like they're the best team in the state of Kentucky right now, and we got to treat it like it. We got to come out and smack somebody in the mouth.
Yes, Johnny. So I will always be a Hornet. I always will tell everybody where I come from, regardless of wherever life takes me. I'll always be a Hornet. I will agree to that. If I wasn't a Hornet, I sure wouldn't be doing this show right now. That's for sure. But with Mr. Hornet fan,
I'm pretty hard to deal with in certain situations when it comes to my coaches and my boys, and I get pretty serious about it. I take them serious because they mean a lot to me.
Oh yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that. You should. I mean, you love Magoffin County sports. There's nothing wrong with that, and there's a lot of people that do. Cherokee Gibson says, "Go Rebels." Can we ban him from the chat right now, or what?
He's just trying to get under my skin. I can tell it. It ain't gonna work tonight.
We can easily ban you from JJ Sports Show, Cherokee. Kind of talk around here like that. So, what's your predictions for the game tomorrow?
I'm not going to give a points prediction. I think, from going by how we prepped this week, during practice, I think we're going to be fine. I think we've got to come out early and smack them in the mouth, and if we can put them away early, we need to do that. We need to put them away early because Betsy Lane is a team that, regardless of what that scoreboard says, they're going to fight, and we just got to, if we can get them down, we got to keep the foot on the gas and just keep going. We can't say, well, we're up 2 touchdowns,
Yeah.
it's okay to lay down a little bit. No, we can't do that.
I think we'll beat them at least by 2 touchdowns. I mean, this team hasn't got even one win under their belt, and they got blown out the last game. So their heads are hanging low right now, and they're playing Magoffin at home, and we're just going to try to run through them, I believe.
We'll see. If we come out and play like I know we can, if we come out and play like we prepared this week, it could be pretty good score on our side this week, to be honest. But you never know. Everybody's got to understand that both teams start 0-0. So,
yep, everybody puts their pants on one leg at a time, just like everybody else too. So, so if you guys are just now joining, be sure to like and share this, because we would love to get out more on the internet, and that is the only way to do that, is for everybody to like and share as we reach more people. If you like and share, there's only. Go ahead. You go ahead.
I'm going to challenge you guys. For those of you that are watching, we want to get 1,000, at the least 1,000 views on this video. So what that means is you guys have got to like and share this video. So do that for me. Do that for your Magoffin County Hornets. Get these kids' names out there. Coach Mullins is also watching on Tina Mullins' Facebook. And so if you see her name on there, it's her and Coach Mullins both. So hello to you guys. And like I said, make sure you guys like this and get it out. Let's get 1,000 views on this.
Yeah, if you like and share it, it helps out. I mean, obviously, I'm doing this all free. It's taking time out of our day just to look up stats and little cool things here and there, and I really enjoy it. I don't want anybody to pay me money or anything, but it does help out to get noticed if we ever did turn into like a professional thing or something. I mean, this is as close as I can get without any help. So we would love to do this on a regular basis, and everybody liking and sharing and viewing actually gets me motivated to do it, and it helps Jonathan get motivated to do it.
Absolutely. But
so, on another note, I have discovered some old videotapes. I do know a good friend of mine. He does have all of my junior and senior year and his sophomore, junior, and senior year. So I know there's not a lot of footage of old games. So if anybody's interested in those old games, I should be acquiring them soon, and I will be putting out digital releases, which everybody needs to like and share. Because it puts, it takes a lot of work for me to do all this. I have to convert, I have to edit sound, I have to do all this stuff. I do it all by myself too, and it's just because I love to do it. But I'm going to be making highlight films and all that. It should be really cool, because I didn't get one when I was a senior. Somebody was supposed to do a highlight film, and they failed to do it. So that's one thing I always hated, is I didn't get a highlight. I mean, we wasn't that good, but everybody deserves a highlight film. I played football for 6 years in high school and middle school. I think I should have deserved one little highlight film in my senior year, and I'm going to make it myself. Whenever I get the footage. So that's good news. I do know people that have the tapes, so that's number one priority. I can convert them to DVD. But most of them will convert them to digital, and they're going to be placed on the internet. So everybody needs to like and share and follow me. You need to follow me on the J&J Sports Show. You need to tell your friends, family, your dogs, your sisters, your neighbors. Tell them to join the J&J Sports Show, because that gets us noticed. It gets our names out there. There's nobody else on the internet talking about Magoffin County sports but us. I'll tell you that right now. But I'll let you take it from here. And what do you think about the Kentucky football game this coming Saturday against Eastern Kentucky?
If Kentucky can't come out and at least win by 20, then we're struggling somewhere. I mean, not to down Eastern Kentucky but if we can't come out and run all over them, then we're struggling somewhere. So I'm going to predict at least 3 to 4 touchdown win.
Yeah, I got tickets. It's going to be actually me and my son's first outing for several hours. Should be a little memory. Should be fun. Hopefully the cat come visit Scratch. It'll be fun. I know Bentley loves Scratch. We took him to a baseball game a couple years ago. He absolutely loved him. He come up and sat in his lap and everything. It was awesome. Oh, yeah, I'll look for Kentucky to blow out Eastern Kentucky. If they don't, something's wrong and the whole season's screwed.
Yeah. But you were talking about earlier about how Betsy Lane's coach used to coach here and this and that.
Yes.
So I want to give you a little bit of background on our coach. A lot of people don't know who.
Yeah, I'd like to know more about our official head coach. I honestly don't know a lot about him. I know he comes from Breathitt County, right across the road. I've lived the Route 30. You go over a hill, you're in Breathitt County. I mean, you should know the people, but I haven't lived in Magoffin County for several years now. So, go in a little. Where's he from? I mean, how did he get started? Do you know a lot about him?
He actually played at Breathitt County High School, and he actually has won a state championship at Breathitt County.
Oh, nice.
He's coached in many playoff games, and a lot of people don't know that when we won our first district championship in football here, he was actually our defensive coordinator. So, he's a very, very good coach, and he has coached at Clay County.
Mm-hmm.
He's coached here, and I forget where else he has coached, but he's got a very, very strong football background. I mean, like I said, he was our defensive coordinator, so he's a really big defensive guy. And if anybody heard these tackles, that goes to show that he knows exactly what he's doing. And he's not only the thing for me in a coach is you can't just be a coach on the on the field. You got to be a coach off the field as well.
Oh yeah.
He's coached. He's had many coaching jobs. He's coached at Pike Central. He's got a very, very good football background, and that's what a lot of people don't realize about him. But through all that right there, I mean, he's a great person. Not a whole lot of people get a chance to actually sit down and have a conversation with him, and talk to him and understand what he's really about. And he really loves these kids, and they respond very, very well to him. He has great knowledge of the game, and that's what it takes to build programs. He knows how we need to go about building this program.
Yes, Cherokee, UK will go bowling this year. I firmly believe that. I think we're going to go like 8-2.
Well, you got 12. No, you got 12 games, yeah.
No, you got 11 if you go bowling. Well, unless you're like the champions and you got a lot.
He also played football at Union. So, I mean, he's got a football background. I mean, it's pretty awesome to just sit down and hear him tell stories, about his playing times and how good, Breathitt was when he played. And so, I mean, he's a great, great coach, and he really fits well into the program.
I thought it was. I keep high school's 10 games. I'm confused here. So
yeah.
We got 12 college games.
Yeah, I'm gonna predict 9-3.
9-3. Yeah, that's why I wanted to. Game. Sorry, no problem. You corrected me. I was completely wrong. I was thinking high school. I think you only had 10 games.
High school's 10 games. Yes.
Okay. I mean, let's look how far Magoffin County. The football field alone and the school has come in the last couple of years. When I was in high school, people could come down to the field and just tear it up with trucks and do donuts. Now it's on a hill. There's no access to it whatsoever that I've come to realize. It's nice. It's turf. A lot of people care about Magoffin County football, and it's about time somebody did, because really, I mean, I think back to those days when I was a kid, and I mean, it was awesome going there with my friends. Every day after practice, you're killing yourself. It just sucks going out and losing. But it was one of the funnest times of my life is playing football with all my buddies and all that. I mean, it matters. It really does. It builds character. It builds it builds, courage, and it makes you focused on other parts of life. Football and sports in general does.
Yeah, see, the reason we've got all those things is, because the people we put in certain places in our systems. And like I said, he does great for our programs. He's always at the middle school games. He's always at the grade school games. He doesn't run home right after practice. If there's a middle school game, he's there supporting these middle school kids just like he does his own kids. And what a lot of people don't realize is, him doing that, him staying at our football field, and that this goes for all of our coaches, them staying at our football field facility is taken away from family time. But they love our kids enough, and their families understand enough that, hey, this is what it takes to build a good football program.
Oh, absolutely.
We last year, at the beginning of the season last year, we had 18 players. We are up to 51, I believe we've got right now.
That's a lot more than we ever put on the field back in the day. I'll tell you that right now.
I tell you something that a lot of people don't realize, and you guys will never see it, is for these seniors that want to go to college, he kills himself. I mean, he goes as far as he could go about getting these kids looked at, getting these kids scholarships. People don't see that side of the game. So,
Nope.
yeah, they want to judge our coaches for some of the things that goes on the field, but what are they doing off the field? Because to me, that's the most important thing. How are you helping these men become great citizens of our county? And that's what he's doing, and it's honestly showing on our football field now.
Chris, that's horrible that people are still turning up that old field. Man, it used to. You don't understand how somebody works on that field all day long that cuts it grass and paints it and just have somebody come down there and just absolutely destroy it. Oh man, it used to make me so mad. You don't understand. I'd hear people going, I went to the football field last night and tore it up. I was like, why? Why did you do that? Well, the football team sucks anyway. I was like, that's a good reason. Everybody go out and kill themselves 2 a days and running up in hills and tackling dummies and tackling themselves. Yeah, that way to show your your county support there.
That's the attitude that we don't have anymore. We are Magoffin now, and that's our attitude now. Is we can win district titles, we can win regional titles, and we just got to build ourselves to get there. And I'll tell you a funny story while we're talking about the old football field. I had a bad experience on that football field one time. I don't know if you ever ran into any of them, but they were a couple potholes in the middle of the field and on the sideline. And I would be rolling out to yell at one of the players. And I was rolling out, and I was kind of yelling at one of our players. And as I was yelling, I hit a pothole and went straight down and flipped. So that field wasn't too good to me, but I loved being there. But now our field we've got a great field, and our kids deserve it, man. They come out and work so hard for us, and for the coaches. I can't really say us, but I'm a big part of the program. I love being able to see. I get the inside of what we're doing. A lot of people don't see those things.
A lot of people don't know what it takes to actually, put a football field on the team and get kids to work together and practice and asking all this stuff. It takes a lot of effort. It really does. It's not just the coach comes out there and everybody just works seamlessly out there on the field. It doesn't happen.
You got to put a work ethic in the minds of these student athletes. They got to understand that when they come out, they're competing for their position every practice.
Yeah.
You can lose your position in every practice. For a long time, I seen the attitude of, we'll rest on this play. It'll be their next play. Well, now we've got the mentality of, you never know when your last play is going to be. You better come out and bust your butt today, right now. This down. Don't wait until 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10. Go out and do it now because you never know when it's going.
Yep, that's true. It goes by so fast. I remember being a freshman and seeing all the seniors just moping around, and some of them had tears in their eyes, and I was like, "What? Why is these 18-year-olds crying?" And it doesn't really hit you until you get a senior, and it's your last game. And I've never put the pads back on. I've never put football pads back on. And that's been 12 years ago since I've wore football pads. So it just goes to show you. I mean, people care. I care. I care about football. I care about Magoffin County. I wish Magoffin County had more stuff in there. I wish there was more jobs. You know. Yeah, that's good that I had to play both sides of the ball and special teams when I was playing. So if I was tired, I was just tired. I just couldn't help it. So what was you supposed to do?
We've got a lot of kids that are doing that right now. We've got a lot of kids that are going both ways. We've got a lot of our athletes going both ways, and it's helping us, At the beginning of the season, we had so many young kids. We have to figure out what position they need to be at. What is best for them? What is best for our team? And, it took a couple games, but like I said, I went over some stats earlier, and the stats speaks for itself. You had many, many kids in double digits in tackles, so we're very improved football team, and I'm gonna be honest with you. For those of you that are Hornet fans, y'all better hold on, because I'm telling you guys right now, I'm predicting it now. Our boys is gonna come out and shock the world the rest of the season. I truly believe that.
I hope so. I definitely want to come watch them again. If you can tell me a good game to come watch, I'll try to come in another week.
Breathitt County, last game of the season, October 26th, I believe.
October 26th. That's close to my birthday. I turned 31 this year. Can you believe it? 31. I'm an old man these days. Oh, man, it's been so long since I played football. It's ridiculous. Well, folks, it's getting late. It is about 10:30. We've been on for about 30 minutes, and we try to have 30-minute shows. Like I said, if you could like and share and get the word out that we actually even have a show. I mean, some people might like it, some people might hate it, some people might hate me, some people might love me, but they might like Jonathan even. I mean, I try to let him talk a lot more than I do, because he knows a lot more about sports than I do when it comes to Magoffin County, that's for sure. But we got Magoffin versus Betsy Lane Friday night. Go out and support. Is it a home game or away?
It's an away game.
Okay, I had that backwards. It's away game.
Next Friday night is at home versus Harlan County. So
Harlan County. I know a lot of people from Harlan County. I remember when the ice storm hit a long time ago. One of the stores I worked for, one of their buildings collapsed. I had to go down there and help that out. That's been a few years ago. That ice storm and snowstorm.
I just got a text message from. I'm not going to tell his name, but
okay.
He said we both done a great job, and we need to keep this show going.
Hey, we're trying. You got to like and share, people. You have to like and share. It's the only way we're going to keep going. I'm getting sponsors on my website, which helps this too. But if you want to sponsor this, that would be fantastic. And you can go right at the front of the videos, and we'll announce you and stuff. I mean, it just keeps the show free. It keeps, it makes me want to do it. Makes me get Jonathan ready. And I've looked up. We tried to have the best show we've had today. We've looked up stats. We do this all by ourselves with no help. And I got to set up cameras, and I got to set up the scout. I mean, it takes time out of my day, but I love it. I really do. I enjoy talking to people. I'm going to go probably live on Twitch later, but remember to follow us on Twitter at RealKYNerd. That's me.
Just to clear it up about the Harlan game, it's not Harlan Black Bears. It's Harlan County.
Harlan County.
Yeah, they're two different teams.
Okay.
It's not the Black Bears. It's Harlan County Green Dragons. So
October 20th is the Breathitt game. Andrew Donner says, thanks for that.
Yep, that's Coach Donner. So
okay, thanks for that. By the way, ask John P. who drew up a 65-yard TD on the first play of the HWM's game this evening. Who drew up a big play this evening?
Yeah, Coach Gamble let me call the first play of the game, and we scored on it. So.
Oh, nice! Was it a passing play?
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
You do a flea flicker? You should have done a flea flicker.
It wasn't that, but we scored on it, and one of our student athletes went up and got it. And
when they going to start paying you to be out on the field with them is what I want to know.
In all honesty, they already pay me.
Oh,
and it's not with cash. It has nothing to do with cash. They pay me by allowing me to be in their locker rooms and their sidelines, and that's all the payment I need. So
yeah,
they already paid me. They paid me for the last 10 years. So I ain't worried about money.
Yeah, no, I mean you should. As much knowledge as you have in that head of yours, I try to get it out. Can't afford him. That's right. You can't afford him. That's the problem. He has so much knowledge in that head of his. I try to draw it out in the show. I just try to keep him going. He makes me look good.
I got to be honest with you. It's not really knowledge. It's passion for these kids. And, I tell people all the time, they can throw away the football. They can throw away the basketball. At the end of the day, a lot of these kids deserve support in whatever they're doing.
Some of these kids, I'm sure this is all they have going for them is football. But, it's good that the people cares. I care about my football coach. Middle school and football, I still care about them. I always looked up to them. I never did have a father figure growing up. So, football coaches are probably the next best thing for some kids. I know it was for me. Somebody to, kind of base your life around and look up to. It helps. It really does.
That's the thing with our coach. A lot of our kids, and I'm not sure if he knows this or not, a lot of our kids really, I'm able to speak to them on a side note, and a lot of our kids look to him as just that, a father figure. A lot of our kids have got it rough. But,
oh yeah.
They have a leader, and that's something that he's able to be for not only his kids at home and his wife. He's able to be that for our kids on the field. So it's very, very special.
So guys, we got the Betsy Lane game tomorrow. Be sure to come. Well, if you can make the trip to Betsy Lane, what was that, Plum Prestonsburg and all that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's just above Prestonsburg there.
That's what I thought. It's been a while since I've been that way, but I remember going up there and almost fighting with the fans and everything when we pull up. Oh man, that's been a long time ago. But we ended up winning. My junior year, we ended up beating them pretty bad, I believe. I can't wait. I cannot wait to get the videos, guys. You don't understand. They're awesome. I actually have the 2003 game online already. If anybody wants it, I can post it later. I've posted it before, but with the Magoffin County 2003 Hornets beat Betsy Lane, the Bobcats, I think.
Yeah. Hey, John.
Yo.
Me and you discussed this earlier, and I want to kind of lay it out there. Starting next week, if I think you're okay with it, you said it was a good idea. Starting next week, we are going to pick a J&J Sports Show player of the game for each game.
Yes,
so
awesome.
Next week, it will be the players of the game for the Betsy Lane game. Just keep doing that. We will pick
awesome.
One student.
I wish we had enough money to donate to the kid or something, but like I said, I'm doing this completely on my own dime and time and money. It's just not there. So
we will pick one student.
At least we can talk about you. I mean, I would love if there had been a thing like this back when I was in high school and somebody knew my name on the internet talking about just some random stranger. I'm a stranger to these kids. They don't know me. They know Jonathan because he coaches with them, but they don't know me. They'd be, they're probably like, what's this idiot doing on here talking about me? But it's kind of cool. Anyway.
We will pick one offensive player and one defensive player, and we're going to do it solely on stats. So I'm going to be looking up stats. I'm going to see who made, the biggest plays. I'm still going to watch the game, and pick that way too. But it's going to be pretty much on stats. So for those of you that are playing tomorrow night, go out and play hard, make big plays, and get noticed. And we're going to pick one offensive player of the game and one defensive player of the game starting next week.
Oh yeah, should be awesome. So, guys, you tune in next Thursday around this time. We're going to try to set this as our scheduled time, and we'll talk about the next upcoming opponent and probably how well Kentucky did against EKU, as well as other things in sports. So, guys, it's been fun. Be sure to follow me on Twitter at RealKYNerd, and you can follow Jonathan at, what is it?
Jonathan1234.
Jonathan1234. Get our names out there, like and share it. If you want to go to my website, it's KentuckyNerd.com. That helps out. If you even visited it, it helps out. It gives me a penny at least if you visit it. So if you want to help, if you want to donate that way, I don't care. If you want to go click on the ad, that gives me 25 cents. You don't have to buy nothing. Just go click an ad. That helps me and it helps the show. So anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. And that's it for tonight.